Have you tried to design the way you think? Hello, designer thoughts. Ever heard of it? But what is designing the way you think? Actually, come to think of it, what is design? I'm glad you asked those two questions. According to the American Heritage Dictionary, which is my favorite dictionary, and before you flood the comments, we're obviously talking the 5th edition. Design is defined to create or contrive for a particular purpose or effect. I read that as 1, you have an outcome you're after, and 2, build something to achieve that outcome. So the classical example with like career, you're unhappy with what you do. The non-design thing to do is just like quit your job and go start a new job. You quit as a car salesman and you become a rider in the woods. Or you do the design thing, which is to say, what is the actual problem and what do I actually want? And you realize maybe if you're that car salesman, what you actually want is just more time to think because you don't have all the time to think on the showroom floor. And so you ask your boss if you can spend a few hours a week helping out with writing ad copy, and you try that. And if it felt great, then now you can progress towards another step of that, but you're probably just as likely to find that it didn't work and that you didn't like it. And it's a different problem that you have to solve. But luckily, you're not living in the mountains with no paycheck, no novel, and no words. In short, you find how to achieve an outcome that actually feels good and you prove that to yourself. So that's design. But what does designing thoughts look like? Well, again, you're achieving an outcome that you like. So for example, you think in the middle of the workday, I'm stressed. I don't like this. The non-design approach is to just keep feeling the stress and to resent your boss or to want to quit. Oh, that feels bad. The design approach is to do 2 things. It's to say, when I have felt stress in the past, what has worked to make me feel better is X, where X is taking a walk outside, watching stand-up comedy for 5 minutes, reading a vision of what you want your life to be in 5 years and how this job helps you get there. And that would change your understanding. And that's going to make you feel better doing the job. And the second thing you do is you make a list of when I've felt stress in the past and I've tried why it hasn't worked to make me feel better. And so why might just be, I resent myself, I resent my boss, I resent my parents for not raising me differently. And if you show yourself in the moment of stress, those 2 lists, what hasn't worked and what has, and why, then you can understand the decision that you're facing, the fork in the road in front of you, and you can take the right path that's going to make you feel good. On this podcast, I talk about how to design your thoughts. If you subscribe, you can learn how to do it so much easier than it was for me because I had to kind of build this whole system with its principles and its pitfalls and its terminology up from scratch on my own. I'm trying to make it 104 times easier for you to do it. So come along. Welcome to Learning Loop.